Greetings of the day. Myself Sangeetha from CSE department, working as an assistant professor at Madanapalle Institute of Technology and Science, deemed to be university. Today, I'm going to discuss about the most important concept in the object-oriented programming called inheritance. Right. So we have some of the multiple concepts in object-oriented programming, namely. Object is there, then class, inheritance, polymorphism, like that and all is there. Today I will discuss about inheritance concept. Inheritance is the process of acquiring properties or methods from one class to another class. That is, we are going to getting or we are going to collecting properties from one class to another class is called as a inheritance, right? For example, a child can inherit the properties from a parents, like eyes, or else a nose, a mouth, ear, some color, or else height, weight, or some characteristics also, right? So this is the good example for our inheritance. So just a child can inherit the properties from a parent, right? Like this only. In Java also we are using inheritance concept. So in this inheritance, the process of inheriting or deriving properties or methods or variables from one class to another class is called as the inheritance. So the definition of inheritance is the process of acquiring a properties or methods from one class to another class. From one class to another class is called as the inheritance, right? So the process of inheriting or collecting a properties or methods from one class to another class is called as a inheritance. This maybe we can call this class as a parent class. Then and this another class can be represented as a child class. Okay, so the process of inheriting a properties from parent class to child class is also called as a inheritance. So in similar way we can represent in some other terms also, maybe base class. If we are using base class, then we have to use a derived class, or else if we are using super class, then we have to use a subclass. Okay, these are the terms we are going to represent here. It may be, if we are using parent class, then we have to use a child. If we are using base class, then we have to use a derived class. If we are using term as a super class, then we have to use a term as a subclass. That's it. So simply we can say inheritance is the process of acquiring or inheriting or collecting a properties from existing classes. It may be a parent class, or it may be a base class, or it may be a super class. That's it, right? This is about our inheritance. I will write the syntax of inheritance. So how we have to write a syntax means, first we have to declare a class followed by class name. Maybe our class name is a parent, just consider is a parent. And next one, just some statement should be there. After that, we have to use our subclasses, right? So here what I have used parent, so I have to use child. So class followed by class name. Here in this inheritance concept, we have to use a keyword as a extends keyword. This as a extends keyword. By using this extends keyword only, we are going to establish our inheritance concept. Okay, so whenever we are using extends keyword, then we have to get to know that here we are using the inheritance concept. So this is subclass, class name followed by extends keyword followed by base class, that is extends parents. Then we have to write some statement. That's it. This is the simple syntax for our inheritance. So class, parent class name is there. Then we have to derive a properties. What are the properties? Properties are called as methods, variables, or what is that, operations. Okay, so whatever is there, we are going to deriving. Okay, so from base class to base class to derived class, we are going to getting the property. So the main use of this inheritance concept is code reusability. So whatever we are written in parent class, no need to write again in the child class. That is called as a code reusability. So what is the need of inheritance concept is code reusability, and one more is also there. It is used to reduces the code. It is used to reduces the duplication of code. Okay, this is about our inheritance concept. So the process of getting or collecting or acquiring a properties from parent class to child class. If you are using inheritance concept, definitely we have to use a external keyword. So this external keyword is used to acquiring a properties from one class to another class, right? Let's see the types of inheritance. Generally, we have 5 types of inheritance. The first one is called as a single inheritance, and second one multiple, multi-level, third one is multi-level, fourth one is hybrid, and fifth one is hierarchical. So totally we are having 5 types of inheritance: single inheritance, multiple inheritance, multi-level inheritance, hybrid inheritance, and then hierarchical inheritance. Okay, let's discuss one by one briefly. The first type of inheritance is called as a single inheritance, right? Or else we can refer as a simple inheritance. The single inheritance is also referred as a simple inheritance, because here we are using only one base class, then only one derived class. That's why this single inheritance is called as a simple inheritance. Okay, the process of deriving a subclass from a single base class. The process of deriving a subclass from a single base class. This is about our single inheritance. Okay, right? In syntax, how we have to write a syntax for this single inheritance? Just write one parent class, maybe parent class name is department. Okay, and here we should have some statement. And next one, class CSE, right? This CSE extends department. Okay, so our parent class is department, then our child class is CSE. Okay, so what we are going to do this, we are just inheriting what are the properties are present, what are the methods are present in our department, that should be inheriting in the subclasses. Okay, what is our subclass name? CSE. So CSE extends department. No need to write the code again. That's why we can say this inheritance is used for code reusability. Okay, this is about our single inheritance. So what is single inheritance? The process of deriving a subclass from a single base class. This is about our single inheritance. And next one is multiple inheritance, right? Multiple means we are having more than one base classes. We are having more than one base class. So for example, just consider this is a base class 1 and next base class 2. Okay, so we are going to derive only one derived class. Okay, this is about our multiple inheritance, the process of inheriting a the process of deriving a single subclass from more than one base classes is called as a multiple inheritance. Okay, now clear? So the important concept of multiple inheritance is here we are using more than one base classes, okay, so that the Java does not support multiple inheritance. Then how we have to use this multiple inheritance means by using an interface concept. By using interface concept, we have to use a multiple inheritance in Java, right? If you are going for an interview, definitely they will ask a question about this multiple inheritance, right? That is whether Java support multiple inheritance. No, because here we are having more than one base class. So that's why Java does not support multiple inheritance. But by using an interface concept, we are going to use a implement the multiple inheritance, right? This is about our multiple inheritance. So Java does not support multiple inheritance. So by using our interface concept only, we are going to implement our multiple inheritance concept, right? And next one, multi-level inheritance, right? Multi-level. Just consider first base class is there, then we are going to derive the deriving class is also there. Again, we are going to deriving a classes. So just consider this is a derived class 1 and this is a derived class 2. So just see here the process of deriving a subclass from a subclass. The process of deriving a subclass from a subclass is called as a multi-level inheritance, right? The process of deriving a subclass from a subclass is called as a multi-level inheritance, right? For example, just consider base class is a department, then just consider a CSE. Okay, again from a CSE only we should have AI and ML department is also there, right? So the process of deriving a subclass from a subclass. Okay, so AI and ML department is deriving from a CSE department, right? So that should be called as a multi-level inheritance, right? And next one is a hybrid inheritance. The combination of more than one inheritance is called as a hybrid inheritance. It may be a single and a multiple inheritance, or a single and a multi-level inheritance, or a single and a hierarchical inheritance. So hybrid inheritance means combination of any two types of inheritance is called as a hybrid inheritance, right? And last one is hierarchical inheritance. So hierarchical inheritance means the process of deriving a more than one subclasses from a single base class. Okay, the process of deriving more than one subclasses, right? Just consider this is a derived class 1 and this is derived class 2. Okay, so the process of deriving more than one subclasses from a single base class. This is about our hierarchical inheritance, right? So the process of deriving, this is a one subclass and this is another subclass. So the process of deriving a more than one subclasses from a single base class is called as a hierarchical inheritance, right? Just see the example. Just consider our department as a CSE. So from the CSE only we are going to derive AI and ML department, and one more is a data science department. Okay, like this we can deriving a more than one subclasses from a single base class is called as a hierarchical inheritance, right? This is about our types of inheritance, and let's see the examples of inheritance one by one briefly. Let's discuss the example programs for our inheritance concept. The first type of inheritance is a single inheritance, right? What is single inheritance? The process of deriving a subclass from only one base class, right? Just consider our base class is a class P. P is a parent class. Here I have used one method called a display method, is that void display. Within this I have written system.out.println. Some name is there, xxx, like that I have written. And one more is a class P. This is a parent class and this is a child class. Here I have used a child class name as a stud, that is student. Okay, stud. Extends P. this is our main class P. Here also I have used one more method, void display of roll number or is nothing but roll number. So here within this I have written output statement as 100. Okay, then we have to use our main class name. Okay, that is our main class name is a single. Then we have to declare a main method that is public static void main of string arguments. Within that, what we have to do, we have to create an object, right? So how we are going to create an object? By using a class name. Okay, so what is our class name here? P, but here we are using extends keyword, right? So for that purpose, we are going to use class name as a subclass name. Okay, so what is our subclass name? Student, right? So student followed by object name as a s, that is equal to new student of. Okay, and next followed by, after creating an object, we have to call our object, right? So s, what is our object name? Yes, so s dot, what is our first method? Display. So if it is s dot display, this will come and call the first method, and display r means it will come and call the subclass method. So what's our output? So our first output will be xxx and second output will be 100, right? That's it. This is about an example of our single inheritance, right? So from this example, I'm extending a one more example, that is multi-level inheritance, right? What is multi-level inheritance? The process of inheriting a properties from derived class to derived class, right? So we are going to inheriting properties from a derived class, right? So what is our derived class here? Student. Okay, here just consider this is our base class, no need to change anything. This is our subclass here. So class student is there, extends P, right? Again, here just consider class GS, that is a graduate student, extends student. Okay, so a class can be inheriting from one more another subclass. Okay, another subclass. So what's our subclass 1? Student, and subclass 2 is a graduate student. So this graduate student can be inheriting from a subclass 1. What is our subclass name? Student. So graduate student, extends student, right? So here we have to use one more method as void display graduate. So just I'm writing one statement graduate. Okay, so what's our output will come? xxx 100, then graduate. So how we are going to create an object here? So followed by a class name only, right? So here we have to use gs. So what's our subclass name? Class name is gs followed by s, that is equal to new student of, like this we have to use. So s dot display r, and one more is a s dot display, then gs, graduate student. Like this we have to write our multi-level inheritance concept, right? And last one is a hierarchical inheritance. This one is this is a simple one only. We are deriving a more than one subclasses from a single base class, right? So just consider a single base class is a class parent, right? So what is our subclass? Class student, extern P is a subclass. Again, we are going to derive a one more subclass, class graduate, externs P, right? So just consider here also we are deriving a properties from a parent class. Here also we are deriving a properties from a parent class. Okay, na? Right? This is about our hierarchical inheritance. Got it? The process of deriving properties from only one base classes, right? So here we should have a more than one subclasses. Here also one subclass is called as a student and one more subclass is called as a graduate student, right? This is about example of our inheritance concept. Thank you.